AITA for faking fainting at my mom's house after my husband attempted to announce my pregnancy? Background: IF 32 very recently lost my 8-year-old nephew to cancer. Leukemia. That he suffered from for months. His parents, my brother and his wife, are absolutely devastated. He's their only son and the family's only grandchild. I married my husband M29 3 years ago and we've always planned to have kids, but we've endured financial and medical hardship, one of them being that my husband had a serious injury that cost him an eye. His other eye can't function properly without assistance. He loves my family and my family love him, but he can act out sometimes for no reason. This happened 2 weeks ago. After my nephew's funeral, my mom invited everyone to dinner to honor him. Knowing the occasion, I predicted there'd be potential sad moments and lot of silence. I took pregnancy test days prior and told my husband I was pregnant. He got so excited and was already on the online to tell everyone. Even said he was going on FB to announce it, but I asked him to quiet down and not mention it during the family dinner, and he said he could do that. We arrived to mom's house and my brother and his wife were there. They brought pictures of my nephew for us to look at. Some of the family were already in tears till dinner was ready. My brother and his wife were telling stories about my nephew that everyone was affected by. My husband kept giving me signals from under the table saying we should announce that we're expecting to lighten up the mood. I warned him multiple times as he said he'll do it if I won't. He stood up and was about to open his mouth when I quickly pretended to faint and fell back in my chair. My husband and the others freaked out and stood up. My husband kept shaking me while Mom splashed water over me. I sat up in the chair and acted like I was fine afterwards. I then asked my husband to take me home and he grabbed my stuff and helped me walk. Mom then asked me to call if I felt better. My husband was really buying it until I made sure we were out, then I let go of him and started walking casually. He stood there asking WTAF? I told him I just faked fainting to stop him from making a mistake in announcing my pregnancy. During dinner, he got mad and rushed back to ring my mom's door, but I stopped him in time. I had him get in the car and he lost it, calling me ridiculous and complaining about how I played him and ruined this opportunity for him. I called him crazy to think the dinner Mom held for my recently departed nephew was an opportunity. I told him I care about maintaining a decent relationship with my brother and won't let an announcement ruin it. I also said that my family needs my support, not a happy new that what? Supposed to magically make the pain go away? He argued we can't hide it forever, and said I shouldn't hide the news like it's something to be ashamed of. He was and is still extremely upset that I lied to him and did this and keeps saying I shouldn't have made a scene like that. AITA? Edit. I don't know if this is relevant, but after what happened he's been calling my morning sickness fake. He says he's not a fool to fall for the same tricks, and I kind of understand why he would have trouble believing what I say and do from now on. NTA, he got mad and rushed back to ring my mom's door. I mean, is he okay? Who does that? Ruined this opportunity for him. His little nephew's funeral was an opportunity? I mean, really? Really? I get people are going to say you could have talked to him. Sounds like you did and he didn't listen and was never going to. You know him and I don't, but I have to say, he sounds like he has issues. Info. When your husband lost his eye, did he also suffer a TBI? Because his inability to read a room or control his impulses are extremely concerning. Does he often lose his temper or disregard your feelings like that? His behavior makes him taw. But I'm wondering if it's due to something deeper? NTA. You make a scene? Worse than what he was about to do. Announcing your pregnancy at the dinner meant to honor a family member wouldn't lighten the mood. All it would do is hurt your family members. What did he honestly expect? You already told him no. And he agreed. Honestly, yes. It's his child too. But you're the one carrying it. He can be excited all he wants. But it should be you who gets the final say on when it comes out. Good for you on letting your family grieve. NTA. You potentially saved your husband's relationship with your family. There is a time and a place. Most people at a memorial don't want uplifting news to brighten the mood. The mood is low because people are there to discuss the life of your nephew and allow themselves to share in their grief and be sad together. If your husband had announced the pregnancy, it would have been completely inappropriate and would have angered many and ruining forever what could be a beautiful moment together as a family. You repeatedly asked him not to and he ignored your wishes. So you took drastic action. NTA. It's so insane that you had to do that. BC, your husband won't listen to you. You need to have a more serious conversation about this. TBH. He cares more about himself and how he feels than anyone else. Especially at a memorial dinner? Excuse me? For an 8-year-old little boy nonetheless. Does he show this behavior often? Does he have a hard time reading people's emotions? BC, if so, he needs to listen to your words when you tell him that you won't be telling them at dinner. Of course you're not going to hide it forever. But dinner right then and there was not the time. I also have a hard time believing he acts out for no reason. I'm assuming the reason is attention and he craves his moments. Some people will call you an asshole for faking, but I won't. Grieving one child is in no way an opportunity to announce another child is on the way. While I understand your husband's enthusiasm, he couldn't be more wrong for wanting to do this and needs to maybe have some lessons in decorum. Had he announced that, so many more people will be mad at him than you. He can get over it. Your NTA. NTA. Your husband is the in this situation. There is a time and place to make such an announcement. To do it at his nephew's memorial dinner is in such bad taste that I would have done anything to get him out of there. NTA. He really thinks announcing a pregnancy is going to lighten up the mood about a dead child? He needs to let them grieve in peace and give them time. You guys can set up your own dinner where you announce it and then the whole event is happy and allowing everyone to fully enjoy it. But honestly, for your brother and his wife, they may take the news very badly as they may be sad and feel reminded of the loss of their son. Or they may take it as the opposite and almost feel as if he may be rebirth. Either way, give them a bit of time if they don't take it well and make sure you offer them support. NTA. That would have been an awful time to announce it. It would be a very insensitive thing to do. You did the right thing. You. I like you. That was extremely clever. NTA. And I like your style. NTA. Are you sure you want to have a child with this man? 1. He showed zero empathy towards a grieving family. 2. He failed to realize that as the person who is pregnant, you should be comfortable with any announcements made. 3. He made it all about him. Honestly, I worry that this will happen again and again during your marriage. OMG. You're not the but your husband, sir, is. Might sound weird, but I'm so glad that you have been able to stop him from humiliating you and destroying your whole family right after they just buried their son and were having a dinner just to celebrate his life and grieve together. I don't understand and can't believe or comprehend how he thought a death dinner was the right time to announce your pregnancy. Grieving times are never the right time to announce something like that. I've seen enough posts here like the one your husband was about to pull. A couple announced their daughter had cancer to her family at dinner. The mother of the child's brother announced they were pregnant and thought it was no big deal. He wanted an apology from the young mom for ruining their announcement. I'm sorry that you had to faint in order to get your husband to stop what he was doing. You said it yourself that he acts out sometime and for no reason. He's clearly looking for attention if he's acting out often and doing outlandish things. Is the acting out and doing or saying things at an inappropriate time common or occurs often? Do you want to be with a guy who constantly embarrasses or humiliates you like this? No one was saying that you need to hide it, but that dinner was not the right moment. Your husband needs therapy. Did his behavior change after his accident? Or was it like this before? Therapy might good to see what he's feeling or where his head is at regarding his behavior in comments. NTA. You are an incredible sister. And your husband is certainly a person. NTA. I genuinely am concerned as to how tone deaf this man is. For crying out loud. He thought this was a good idea? Complete dolt. Sorry op. But he is. NTA. Your husband is apparently clueless. While you need them to celebrate you, you were right to conclude that that can happen tomorrow. That this was a moment to live in the grief. Congratulations, and I'm sorry for your loss at the same time. NTA. Your husband had a right to be excited, but this was not the time to share this particular news. Being sensitive and compassionate enough to realize now isn't the time to bring the spotlight on yourselves is not hiding it forever. I'm sorry for your loss. What the hell is wrong with him? I'd seriously demand counseling after this. He's shown a massive amount of selfishness and lack of empathy here. This turned my stomach. NTA. NTA. For two reasons. 1. The memorial dinner was not the appropriate event to announce a pregnancy. The dinner was intended for everyone to provide support and grieve. 2. You should not announce the pregnancy until it has been confirmed viable by a physician. Especially when the extended family is grieving the loss of a child already. I do understand your husband is ecstatic to be expecting a child. And his desire to announce it to the world makes sense. Perhaps you can suggest he plan an announcement for a set date. NTA. Congratulations on your second child. NTA. Your husband is a grown man who should read the room.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.